Is the purchase of this house a good investment? I bet you this is not the first time you've heard this question. Hi, Daniel Katz with RE Hangout here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to answer this question with a lot of data support and analysis using RPR. For that, we need to log into RPR, and from the home page, you just need to type the address of the property in question. For this purpose, I have already selected a property. And once we have the property in question selected, we will see that we have a property analysis for investors tool. This is valid for investors as well as homeowners. We click OK, and we're taken to a different section of the website where we will see 3 different scenarios for the subject property that we are trying to analyze. We have the aggressive scenario, moderate scenario, and conservative scenario. If 3 is too many, we can always deselect either one, and it will disappear from our analysis. We can also start by saying, selecting whether this property is going to be rented, if it's going to be a resale, and lastly, if it's going to be lived in. So once we have selected what's the purpose of the property and how long would the holding period be, so it's defaulted to 10 years, but it could be shorter or longer. We can slide this to make that change. We will go into each scenario. Over here, we can change the offering price, what the closing cost would be in a percentage basis, and any other of these characteristics here. We have loan type, if it's amortization, how many years it will take, what's the down payment, and so on and so forth. If we need to load more criteria here, we just need to click on the variables. You will find all these possible variables to be added. If it's a cash from a seller, if there's a 1031 exchange, this would be on the startup and capital. Then we have financing and income. The ones that have a checkbox are already in our analysis. The ones that do not, we can add by selecting them. We have the first year metrics, and you can go through all this list in order to add more variables to your analysis. We have ongoing expenses, expense escalations, and so on and so forth. Just as an example here, when we see monthly rent and there's already a figure there, if we click on rents, you will notice that this figure comes from information that it's already in the market. It's taking information from the same zip code where the property is located. And once we have made all the pertinent changes, we will have all the information given to us in a graph way. Each bar represents one of the scenarios. And as you can see, if I make any given changes in my input, the graphs change to reflect what that change, the impact of that change in our analysis. Lastly, we can export this information over to a spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet, where we can see a little bit more of those numbers. One thing that it's important to mention, if we export these to a spreadsheet, the spreadsheet will only contain numbers. It will not contain formulas. So any changes that we might do in the analysis on the spreadsheet will not move over, will not recalculate any values. And this is a great way, if you pay detailed attention to all the information that we have here, it's a great way to conduct an analysis for a property, whether it's a good investment to rent, to resell, or to be lived in. And with this, I conclude today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know via posting on my Facebook account or send me an email to daniel@rehangout.com. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.